At least 5 people have been killed and more than 200 injured in a car ramming attack at a Christmas market in Germany. Chancellor Olaf Scholz has visited the scene in the eastern city of Magdeburg, laying flowers for the victims. The suspected driver, who's believed to have acted alone, has been arrested. He's said to be a 50-year-old doctor from Saudi Arabia who has lived in Germany for almost 2 decades. Let's join our correspondent Natalie Carney in Magdeburg for us now. Natalie, the Chancellor visited the scene earlier. What's the latest there?
Yes, well, as you can probably see behind me and around me here, there's a lot of people from the city and surrounding areas that are coming to visit the site, visit the churches that have allowed themselves to remain open all day, to welcome mourners in after the horrific events of last night. And it is still so fresh. You can't see at my feet right now, but I'm literally standing in garbage bags of the debris left over from yesterday. There's even some still medical kits lying around and tissues with blood on it. It just makes this so real and so powerful. The events that took place here only a few hours ago, late on Friday evening, which was the last day for children in schools. It was the last day for a lot of businesses prior to the Christmas holidays. So this market was just bustling last night at 7 p.m. when the individual took his car and managed to breach security measures to enter into the Christmas market. From what we understand, that breach was due to tram tracks, which you see right here behind me. They had to remain open. There were no barricades on them. Thereby, a car could also enter that space. So we're still trying to define whether this was the entrance or whether it was the exit to the market. But as you've mentioned, Chancellor Scholz and the Interior Minister Nancy Fraser were here about 3 or 4 hours ago visiting the site. Olaf Scholz called this a dreadful tragedy and promised that authorities would investigate the scene in depth, with accuracy and with precision.
As Federal Chancellor, I would like to assure you of the solidarity of the entire country and all those who bear responsibility in Germany in this matter. This is deeply moving, and we will and must stand together here. We won't let those who want to sow hatred get away with it, but that we won't let the perpetrators go unpunished either, and that we will act with all the rigour of the law precisely for the sake of our community and our common future.
Nancy Fraser, the Federal Interior Minister, also spoke earlier today and stated that she believes that authorities believe that the perpetrator did have Islamophobic tendencies.
And Natalie, what more do we know about the suspects in this terrible, terrible case?
Well, little by little, pieces of information are coming out as police and authorities garner more about the individual who was arrested only a few feet in front of me here. As you've mentioned, he was a 50-year-old, initially from Saudi Arabia, had been living here in Germany for nearly 20 years. Since about 2020, he had been working as a psychiatrist in a specialty clinic in the town of Magdeburg, which is about 40 kilometers away from here, helping people deal with addiction issues. When you look at his presence online and through social media, it's a very interesting read from him. He tends to criticize the government here in Germany for not being for supporting Islam, essentially. He was very much a critic of Islam and very much supportive of right-wing politics in the country, going so far as supporting the somewhat controversial political party Alternative for Deutschland. What we do know is that authorities had been made aware of him. There had been some people who knew him and were concerned about the negativity he was spreading about the German population, about the German government. However, obviously, the German government didn't take too much action. It is also said in other reports that the German government did mention their concern about this individual to the Saudi government, who called for his extradition. Germany didn't abide by that, and unfortunately events occurred as they did here on Friday evening.
Natalie, thank you so much for that update. Natalie Carney in Magdeburg.